Isn't it always the weird ones that end up being really great in the end? Well, that's the truth for produce as well. I'm gonna show you guys today how to get that funky, weird produce that you've never cooked with before but you're always curious about, take it home and prepare it in an awesome way. Healthy food boredom, no more. Let me show you. We're gonna start with our romanesco. Romanesco is kind of like a cauliflower broccoli sort of combination. So we're just gonna cut these guys off, just kind of cutting around this end part here. And they're so pretty. So we have all these florets. So I'm gonna set these on our sheet tray while I prepare the chayote. So if you guys know how to roast a sweet potato or broccoli, it's really easy to roast anything. So we're just roasting. Roasting just means you're putting it in the oven. So what we're gonna do for this chayote squash, so we're just gonna peel off this thick outer layer, and you're gonna notice it looks just kind of like a fruit would, like a pear would inside. So I slice it down the center like this. Now I'm just gonna chop it into small pieces to roast with our romanesco. So for me, I like to go long ways, and then we can just kind of chop it in smaller pieces. So don't be intimidated when you're in the grocery store and you see something you haven't cooked with before, because typically, as long as you know how to cook the basics, you can usually cook these more foreign sorts of options in the same kind of way. So don't be intimidated by that. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna add some coconut oil. So I'm just gonna use a spoon and generously drizzle coconut oil all over these. Okay, so that's a nice generous amount of coconut oil. So I'm gonna start with salt and pepper. We just have some sea salt here. We got some pepper. All right, and so now we have some funkier sorts of spices that you may not have used before, but they're really delicious. Our first one is caraway seeds. This is just a ground caraway seed, which I'm gonna sprinkle on everything here. We have some garlic powder, coriander, and then our last one is a saffron, actually. And so what we've done is we've taken the saffron leaves and we're just rehydrating them here. All right, so let's do this, a little bit of this action here. And the nice thing is you can roast different vegetables on the same pan. I highly recommend it, but I do recommend keeping them separate just in case when they're roasting, they tend to cook at a different temperature, and then that means you would be able to pull off the romanesco earlier if you needed to, or vice versa. So I'm gonna take these and roast them in the oven at about 450 degrees for about 20 minutes. So I'll just keep an eye on them to make sure everything's cooking evenly. All right, so while those are roasting, we are going to cook a sunchoke. Did you know that a sunchoke was a tuber? So a tuber is actually a potato-like root vegetable. So we're gonna take these and we're gonna make a sunchoke puree. So what I did was I took these sunchokes and we just peeled them. We got the skin off because we're boiling them. So once they're boiled, they're soft enough. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take these and we're gonna add them to our food processor. So I'm gonna generously salt in there, a little bit of pepper, right? And I'm gonna use a spoon because God knows I wanna dump this entire thing of coconut milk into this container. So truthfully, we're just gonna use a very small amount to start. We can always add more. So lock that in, locked and loaded. And we're just gonna puree this and see. I'm liking the consistency. And we can just pull this out and we can scoop it into a fresh new bowl. And you could sprinkle it with whatever you'd like. So maybe you have a little paprika or chili powder or add a little bit of flavor to it. Whatever spices or fresh herbs you'd like. So we're just gonna make this look very beautiful. So you can use this in a variety of ways. The first thing that comes to mind for me is taking fresh raw vegetables and dipping them in. Baby carrots, celery, bell peppers would be awesome in this. You could serve it as a side like you would a mashed potato in a small portion or top one of your proteins with it. It's really versatile. So that is our sunchoke puree. So you're probably wondering why I have so many weapons on my butcher's block right now, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because next we are doing jicama taco shells. That's right, jicama is a vegetable. It is not a taco shell, but it's gonna be a taco shell. If you haven't had jicama, it's an amazing option. It's very crunchy. It's a sweet, starchy flavor. I love to peel it and I'll cut it into sticks just like I would carrot sticks, and I'll use it for a dip. You know what it would be great with? Sunchoke puree. Thought you'd never ask. So here we go. We have a jicama that's been peeled, and we have a mandolin. If you don't have a mandolin, a knife is perfectly fine. Just really, you wanna cut them in really thin slices so that when they fold as a taco shell, they don't snap in half. So we have our mandolin here, and a mandolin is very dangerous, so you have to be very careful. Okay, so look how thin these look. I mean, these are beautiful. So these are gonna be our taco shells, and they're super simple. So you can use these for little breakfast burritos. Today I chose to do a chicken taco. So we're just gonna take some of our shredded chicken here. So we're gonna use a little bit of salsa in these, a bit of salsa for the lady. And then I'm gonna top this with some generous amount of guac. And I've already seasoned my chicken, but if you want to add some more flavors to it, you can always throw in some fresh herbs. And there, my friends, we have it. So look how easy this is. A little taco. Yeah. So now that we've had that delicious taco hors d'oeuvre, we're gonna go check on our vegetables. Look at these beauties. Our veggies are done, and so we're gonna portion these out. So this is our Chayote Squash. Fabulous. Okay, so now our romanesco, and it shrinks down a little bit when you cook it, which you guys will notice. Look at this beautiful side. All right, so there are our veggies, and that, my friends, is a perfectly roasted exotic vegetable platter. So that is it, my friends. These are our exotic produce options that you can find in the grocery store, but that you probably haven't tried out before. So next time you're in the grocery store, don't be afraid. Get up there, get out, and buy some funky fruit and vegetables. See you guys next time.